Greetings, Eric Bakker. Thank you for checking out my videos. Good to be back. The question today is, are Chinese herbs good for Candida? Well, I'm a huge fan of herbal medicine. I've been practicing herbal medicine now for a long time. I've been taking herbs probably for about 40 plus years. My mother was interested in herbal medicine and my granddad was interested in it too, but I trained under an Australian lady who opened up one of the first colleges, probably the first college in Australia for natural medicine teaching in 1946. And this lady wrote 8 books on health, long before the internet. So she was trained in turn by a herbalist, with many years experience. And this is how it used to be in the old days. People used to train people. So I spent many weekends really with workshops and learning how to cultivate herbs and how actually to utilize them. People don't do that kind of stuff anymore. But eventually I started buying bottled herbs, liquid herbs, from only a few reputable companies, and I still take herbs today. Even when I had a tooth extracted, I like to take herbal medicines. I find they work. But I'm talking about Western herbal medicines. So Western herbal medicine, you've got American kind of way of prescribing, a European way of prescribing, there's South American herbals. Herbals form, herbal medicine knowledge. Basically, it's global. People have been using herbs now since time immemorial. In fact, Ayurvedic scriptures show that people used herbs many thousands of years ago, 5,000–6,000 years ago. The Chinese have got a very long history of herbal medicine. In fact, Ayurvedic medicine likely transcends Chinese medicine. Many people I've spoken to say that the Chinese learnt their wisdom a long time ago from the original Ayurvedic physicians. But nevertheless, I think some of the smartest people I know are Chinese doctors, particularly the ones who perform acupuncture and moxibustion and cupping and different traditional Chinese medicine techniques. If you're going to take Chinese herbs, my advice is to follow the TCM practices as well, the traditional Chinese medicine practices. So find someone preferably who's Beijing trained or Chinese trained. You can also obviously find someone who's not, but when you visit a Chinese medical herbalist, you'll need to visit a lady or a man with vast experience. You've literally got thousands of different Chinese herbs at your disposal. And there are Chinese herbs that work very well for fungal conditions, like viral conditions or bacterial conditions, but they're used in context with diet. So the TCM diet is different from the way I would recommend a diet for people. So if you're going to take the Chinese herbs, the best effect, in my opinion, is not by following, a Western trained nutritionist or dietitian and then take the Chinese herbs. It's to actually see a person with traditional Chinese medicine training to take the herbs in context with the Chinese, recommended diet. Because you'll hear things like damp spleen and warming foods and cooling foods and they're going to check your pulse, they can look at your tongue, they may give you some acupuncture or other treatments to go alongside it. But it makes a lot of sense to follow the TCM path if you're going to take Chinese herbs. It's not a really good idea to combine many different types of natural medicines together and try and expect a great outcome. It doesn't really work like that. So that's my take on it. I'm a big fan of Chinese medicine, but you need to find the right person with the right training. And you also need to give the Chinese herbs a good long period of time for them to work. I personally don't like the taste of them. I find they taste quite gross. You may be told, for example, to boil these herbs up or make a tea or infusion out of them. There are many different ways they can be taken, but don't forget it's the context how you take them, the lifestyle that you lead, and the dietary practices that are complementary to the Chinese herbs. Now I'm a big fan of TCM, so I certainly endorse it. If that's the way you want to go, absolutely go down that pathway. Thanks for that question.